Good day, my lovely students. I'm Sir Alfred Salazar, or you can call me Sir Salazar, and I'm your teacher for today. Before we start our lesson, can someone please lead our prayer? Okay, Miss Fabelia, please lead our prayer. Thank you, Miss Fabelia. Okay, by the way, kindly please pick up some trashes, some papers, candy wrappers under the chairs before you take your seats, everyone. Is there any absences today? Nothing? Okay, that's great. For our new topic, I want to ask everyone, what is our previous topic yesterday? Okay, Mr. Kosiko. Very good. Our previous topic yesterday is the story of Florante at Laura by Francisco Balagtas. What is the story all about? You, Mr. Diaz, okay. That's great, very good. The story is all about the love and compassion toward each other of Florante and Laura. They are fighting against all odds for the sake of their love. Okay, class, before we start our lesson for today, I have here a game called Guess the Bird Game. This is an exciting game, especially for the animal lovers like me. Okay? You will just guess the name or the kind of bird that is flashing on your screens or in the PowerPoint. Okay? Good. First up is... Okay, what bird is this? Okay, 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, who guessed it right? Okay, this bird is a parrot. That's great. Okay, next is this bird. What is this bird? Okay, this bird is a cockatoo. That's great. Okay, next, we have here next. What's this bird? Okay, this bird is a hawk. It's a hawk. Okay. The next is... Okay, this one. What is this bird? Yes, that's great. That's a great answer. This bird is an eagle. But this last bird, I'm sure that you'll be a little bit confused on that. Okay? Look at it. What is this bird? Okay, that bird is our topic for today. And our topic is the story of Ibong Adarna. I know everyone is very familiar in this story because this is a famous story from generation to generation. It is written in children's books, it has movies, some sequels. Okay, class, we will first discuss the characters and their traits of the story of Ibong Adarna. Okay? First is the main character, the Ibong Adarna itself. Ibong Adarna is an enchantress bird. It has a very long, fancy tail with numerous shiny metallic colors. It knows a total of 7 songs that are believed to put anyone to sleep, as well as cure any type of afflictions, and it changes its feathers into more colorful hues and shades after each song. After the last song, it excretes waste, then, finally, sleeps with its eyes wide open. When a Adarna bird is sad, it looks very ugly and hopeless. It is believed that its droppings can turn any living things into stone. So, based on the story, the Ibon Adarna or the Ibong Adarna is a very majestic bird. It also has amazing powers, like by the use of its waste, he or she can turn any living things into a stone, a hard rock stone. And by its music or their song, it can cure any afflictions, diseases, sickness. That's just by that. Right, class? It's a great power indeed. It's a very helpful power if it's in the reality. Okay? Next characters are, first is King Fernando. King Fernando is the great ruler of Berbania Kingdom. He is the king of the kingdom of Berbania. Next is Queen Valeriana, faithful wife of King Fernando and a loving mother to her three sons, Don Pedro, Don Diego, and Don Juan. Next characters are Don Pedro. He is the oldest son of the king and queen. He is a deceitful man, very envious and greedy of power. He wants the throne of his father. He really wants it. He's a greedy guy. He's the most greedy of all in the story. Next character is Don Diego, the second son. He does not have his own decision. He follows whatever his older brother Don Pedro tells him to do. He is basically a follower of his older brother Don Pedro. Whatever Don Pedro say, Don Diego just follow him. Okay? And the youngest son, Don Juan. Don Juan is the youngest of the siblings. He is a man of integrity, compassion. These good qualities makes him the king's favorite child. So, this is not a troublemaker child, Don Juan. He is the most kind. He is full of integrity. He is a loyal man on his father, on their kingdom especially. Okay, class? Alright, so that's some of the main characters on the story of Ibong Adarna. Any question, class, about the characters? Nothing? Okay, very good. So, let's proceed to the main story of Ibong Adarna. Once upon a time, in a place called Berbania, there lived a prosperous king. His name was Haring Fernando. His wife was Reina Valeriana, and they had three children. First was Don Pedro, the courageous, next to Don Diego, the fearless, and Don Juan, the soft-hearted. In the land of Berbania, there is a royal family led by Haring Fernando and his wife, Reina Valeriana. And they have three sons, Don Pedro, Don Diego, and Don Juan. Okay, class? One night, the king had a nightmare. It was about two men killing his youngest son, and it made the king depressed. He did not eat, drink, or sleep. His son summoned a doctor, and he said that the only cure is the song of the Ibong Adarna that can be found on Mount Tabor. The king commanded his oldest son, Don Pedro, to catch the Ibong Adarna for him. His son willingly set off to obtain the bird. So, because of that nightmare of King Fernando, that his youngest son, or Don Juan, will be killed by two persons, he was so depressed and anxious. He doesn't eat, drink, or sleep. That's why he became sick. There are many doctors summoned by the whole kingdom of Berbania, but no one can discover the real disease or sickness of King Fernando. But then, There's a specific doctor stated that the only cure for King Fernando's sickness is the song from Ibong Adarna that can be found on Mount Tabor. So, King Fernando sent off his oldest son, Don Pedro, to capture the Ibong Adarna. And so, Don Pedro willingly set off to obtain the bird, but with a hidden motive. Don Pedro really wants to rethrone his father. He really wants to be the king of Burbania. That's why he is so eager to capture the bird. Okay? Next part. On the adventure of Don Pedro, he experienced different tribes, different forests, even caves and wild animals. Okay, class? After a prolonged traveling period, he finally approached the tree of the Ibong Adarna. He encountered an enchanter disguised as an old man who was searching for food, but Don Pedro did not give him any. He just went straight to the tree. However, the bird was not there, so he decided to sleep under the tree first. So Don Pedro ignores the enchantress that is disguising as an old man. Okay? He was still sleeping when the bird arrived. The bird sang 7 songs, and after singing, he pooped. The excrement landed on the sleeping Don Pedro, and he was instantly transformed into stone. The people in the castle became worried. They thought that something happened to him. So, in the story, the excretion of the waste of the Ibong Adarna is true. The Ibong Adarna can turn any living things into hard rock stone, and the poor victim is Don Pedro. Okay, class, next part. So, the king commanded his second son, Don Diego, to get the bird. Don Diego also willingly set off. After a long time of traveling, experiencing tribes, caves, forests, wild animals, he finally reached the tree where the Ibong Adarna inhabited. He also met the older man, but he did the same thing as his brother. He also did not give any food on the enchantress, disguising as an old man. He ran straight to the tree, and this time the bird was there. The bird sang 7 songs. The songs made Don Diego very sleepy, and he slept beside his stone brother. After singing, the bird also pooped. The droppings landed on the sleeping Don Diego, and he was also instantly turned into a stone. It's a poor thing because Don Diego also transformed into a stone because of the poop or excretion of waste of the Ibong Adarna. Next, the king hesitated before commanding his last son, Don Juan, to catch the Ibong Adarna. His son also willingly set off to catch the bird. After a long time of traveling, he also reached the tree where the Ibong Adarna was. The older man was there again, begging for food. Don Juan felt compassion and gave him his food. That's because Don Juan is a very kind person. He is very soft-hearted. He can't resist an old man begging for food. The older man was contented and instantly changed from an older man into a magician. The magician had seen Don Juan's kind heart and helped Don Juan to catch the Ibong Adarna. The magician gave him 7 limes and a knife and a bottle of water. He told him to slice himself with a knife on his palm and squish the lime 7 times, 1 for each song. So, the magician or the disguised old man, gave Don Juan 7 limes, a knife, and a bottle of water. And Don Juan will use that to capture the bird. Don Juan followed. He was able to survive the music, dodge the poop, and was able to catch the bird and rescue his brothers. With the magician's water, they happily ran back to the castle, to their father. When the father heard the song, life seemed to come back. The king was alive. They lived happily ever after. So, Don Juan rescued his 2 brothers. He used the magical water to turn back his stone brothers into a human form again. And they successfully cured the king's sickness. By the song of the Ibong Adarna, they literally cured the unknown sickness of the king. So class, that's the end of the story of Ibong Adarna. Any questions and clarifications about the story? Anyone? No? Okay, that's good. So let's proceed on our group activity, the character portrayal. We will divide the class in 3 groups, and each groups will play the story of Ibong Adarna. Okay, and you will choose your character and portray it. Okay. Okay, that's a very good presentation, group 1. Okay, next, group 2. Very good, group 2. Okay, group 3. That's also a great one, group 3. So, according to your presentations, the character of Don Juan is a very helpful and kind person. Right, class? Okay, very good. And I have a question for all of you, class. Okay, what are the lessons did you learn about the story of Ibong Adarna? Okay, Mr. Kosika. Okay, very good. Okay, other hands, guys. Miss Chavez. That's very good. How about you, Miss Noliedo? Very good. That's great. Okay, Miss Favelia. How about you? Splendid. Very good. So now we will proceed on our quiz, and I will give you some time to answer this. Okay, this is just an easy quiz. I know that all of you listened on my lesson. That's why you can easily answer these questions. Okay, done, everyone? Okay, we will check that later or in tomorrow's discussion. Okay. Okay, so your assignment, guys, is create a reflection paper about the story of Ibong Adarna. Okay? It can be 1 or 2 paragraphs. Okay. So we will end our class discussion. Any questions or clarifications, class? Nothing? Okay. Make sure to answer your assignments and we will check that tomorrow. Okay, so let's call it a day. Goodbye, class. Thank you for your cooperations. Have a great day, everyone.